Try to take off with the guap, they gon' make your body flop. Is you feeling like a savage? Cause I'm feeling like a savage.
What up, guys? Beard Bros back with your first annual 33 for 33 series, NFL's 2022 season predictions. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the little bell for notifications. You already know that we're posting for the next, 20 more days now or so. I don't know how many days. But nonetheless, you get the vibe. Hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, smash that like button. Really does help us grow as a channel, guys. Thank you for watching and tuning in. I hope you guys are enjoying these predictions, man. They're fun. They're interesting. Football season's right around the corner. This is probably more of a local fan favorite. I mean, between Dallas and Denver now. We're doing Denver Broncos today, well as
for the most part.
Like maybe some Niner fans, Raider fans. Those are kind of your teams that a lot of people we know like favorably. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to do what we do, break down the Denver Broncos, what we kind of think prior to, and then jump into what we have their predictions being. So do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I can go. This offseason was a little bit big of an offseason for the Denver Broncos. Randy Gregory, big trade to the Seattle Seahawks for Russell Wilson. What else did they do? They did a few other things, I believe. I can't really remember.
They signed a cornerback called Keywan Williams, 2-year contract, offensive lineman Billy Turner. They also signed Josh Johnson, a quarterback, Alex Singletary, Singleton, linebacker, and safety J.R. Reed. They gave Gregory a 5-year contract, which they basically bid and were able to persuade him to go to Denver. We've seen in the past they did that with DeMarcus Ware. Did it with Gregory now. But nonetheless, you're right. The biggest move of probably for the most part in the offseason, maybe outside of Deshaun Watson, was Russell Wilson.
That and Deshaun Watson was probably
because there was a lot of anticipation of Aaron Rodgers going to Denver.
Aaron Rodgers or Garoppolo.
There was a few names. I don't even know if Russell Wilson was really brought up like that.
They were thinking he was going to be the leftovers of those two. Whoever didn't get those two was going to get Wilson, but seems to find that.
And if we take what the past has given us, the last time Denver made a move quite like this, they brought in veteran Peyton Manning, eventually helped them win a Super Bowl.
I think it was the second season.
Second season. But this is why, before we jump too far ahead into our predictions, I wanted to make this bit of a statement, and it was, remember 2 years ago, there was a guy named Tom Brady. He went from his original franchise to a very bad franchise, I would say. They hadn't really done anything in 20 years.
I think they made the playoffs once with Winston.
Okay.
I think that was it.
Maybe. And then he went and won a Super Bowl.
First
year. There's another guy last year. His name's Matthew Stafford. Was in Detroit for the longest of times. I think it was 12 years exactly. Went to L.A., got traded in the offseason, and ended up winning Super Bowl in his first year. Mm-hmm. Is this a trend? Is it something that's going to happen more often now? It's almost NBA-esque in the sense of big names moving, especially quarterbacks. Those are the biggest names.
I think it could be because it's harder to game plan now. It's like, what are you going to do now? Like, Russell Wilson hasn't been there for 7 years like he was in Seattle. They knew what their game plan was. Now they have a whole new game plan, so the first year could be a spontaneous, breakout year, I feel like. Tom Brady and Matt Stafford.
They still have, I believe, Melvin Gordon. They still have
Jamal Williams.
The rookie from last year that was actually pretty promising. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jeudy's coming back from injury and probably, hopefully, healthy year. They have
Cortland Sutton.
Tim Patrick. They did trade away Noah Fant to Seattle, but when you bring in Russell, I don't think it matters what you give up kind of in the other sense. Plus, their defense is good. Mm-hmm. Bradley Chubb, Gregory now, their safety, their corner, they're pretty stacked. They got a lot of good pieces surrounded in Denver.
Yep.
And Denver's not an easy place. Obviously, they're in a tough division with the Chiefs, Raiders, and Chargers. But, I mean, in that division, you need a quarterback. You need a pass rush, and all 4 teams seem to have all of that
And more.
and more. Yes,
Yeah, they have a lot
more.
Every team's pretty stacked in that division.
Pretty stacked. So we'll just dive right in. Again, you guys hopefully made some predictions overnight, and you have a Denver prediction of how you think they're going to do. Are you a Russell Wilson fan? Are you not a Russell Wilson fan? Do you think he's good? Does he put Denver up there? Are they mediocre? Where do you have Denver at? So moving forward, let's dive right in. Funny enough, week 1, they're opening up against the Seattle Seahawks, I believe, at home.
It's away. They're playing
it's away. They play in Seattle on Monday night.
They play at Seattle, yeah.
So they play in Seattle Monday night. Russell Wilson reunion, first game of the season. How do you got it going?
I have Russell Wilson going to Seattle and winning that game. I think it's a statement game. I think it's to start the season off strong, telling them it wasn't Pete Carroll and that Legion of Boom, like you've said, off camera actually. And I think it's going to be the Russell Wilson show.
Just to throw this out there, I guess to start, I've been a Russell Wilson fan for a while.
That is facts.
And I like Russell. I think he's a top 10 quarterback, and I like the potential here. I also have Seattle losing to Denver week 1. I just don't think Seattle has enough. I want to know your prediction on this, and I'll give you mine. Does he get a standing ovation and cheers, or do you think they boo him?
Oh, he better get a standing ovation. He didn't do anything wrong. Not like, I don't know, he didn't do really anything wrong. He gave him a championship, gave him a chance for a second championship, a few runs in the playoffs. I mean, that team was really bad before Russell Wilson and the Legion of Boom got there.
I agree.
I think you get cheers. I'm going to say cheers.
Okay, I say cheers. What do you guys got? Do you think they get cheers? Do you think they boo him? I guess we'll see week 1, and that's not far from now.
Then they go home to play the Texans.
I'm sorry. We've mentioned this in the past. Texans just don't have anything right now. They're in a tanking season just as well as Seattle. I'll say this, though. To open up with these 2 games back-to-back, I think it's good for Denver to build some confidence, some easy chemistry against mediocre to just horrible teams. So I like that. I like what they're going to have at the front end of this starting of 2022 season.
I agree. I think they have the 2 first games are very easy and sets a good chemistry between Russell and the wide receivers.
Yep. So then they stay home to host the San Francisco 49ers on a Sunday night game. Who do you got?
I have the Russell Wilson Denver Broncos winning. I think he is very familiar with that team, and he has a better team than he's ever had, I feel like. And I think he's going to have I think it'll be a good game, but I think Russell Wilson pulls it out because, like I said, he's pretty familiar with the team.
So this was a tough game to pick because Kyle Shanahan has versed Russell Wilson quite often in the recent history. He knows Russell Wilson in the recent history. They've played twice a year for the last 3 or 4 years that Kyle Shanahan's been there. More times than none, I think that they've probably even beat Russell Wilson quite a bit when Richard Sherman was there and Colin Kaepernick was there. But I also think Russell Wilson's going from a very... this is how I put this. I know people say they love the rain. This is just a prediction of mine, okay? This is way off NFL. They say that they love the rain until there's just rain all the time.
Yeah, like
in Seattle.
Seattle and
Okay.
stuff like that.
So when you're in a place like that, it's got to be somewhat a little depressing that all the time it's raining all the time, or it's at least cloudy all the time, right?
Yeah.
And now he's moved off to Denver, which it snows a lot of the time, but I don't think it snows all year long like it rains all year long in Seattle.
But snow's more likable than it is rain. I don't think rain's very likable.
Well, I don't think snow is very likable. Like I get
you get less wet with snow though. Like you just get cold.
I don't think snow happens as often as it rains in Seattle.
In general,
you see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying here is making that transition from Seattle to Denver, I think, is already a spiritual lifter for Russell Wilson and his family and stuff. He even seems a lot happier in his videos and getting prepared for this season. I don't ever question his work ethic, but I think right now we're going to see a Russell Wilson we've not seen before.
He's been like top 5 MVP candidate for the last like 4 or 5 years.
So with that being said, I know we're 3 games in now, but I have Russell Wilson at home in Mile High getting the dub.
So 3-0 so far.
3-0 so far.
Okay, respect. Then they go to the Oakland Raiders, a division rival now.
Division rival. They travel to Oakland, but I think they get the win. I don't think that they're. I think they're running on all cylinders right now. Like, they're like, yo, no one's stepping in our way. We like what we got. I mean, I know it's Las Vegas, but Russell and them don't get, I think they're on a mission.
Okay.
And so I think they start off 1-0 in the AFC West.
So I have them losing.
Okay.
The reason behind this is because you're going against Joey Bosa and who's the other dude that they
Joey
have?
Bosa.
Nick
Crosby and
No,
Jones?
no. The week before.
Oh, I see.
So you're going against Nick Bosa and that defense, and then you're coming to Oakland with Mike Crosby and Khalil Mack.
Bosa.
Yeah,
Nick Bosa.
Whatever the Bosa is, don't really fucking matter. I don't care. They're both racist anyways.
Okay,
so Crosby and Mack. So now you're playing 2 really good defense. I think it catches up to them in this game.
Okay.
I got the Raiders winning this one.
Okay. So you got them taking a loss finally.
Moving
forward, they end up hosting the Indianapolis Colts. I believe that's a Sunday nighter.
6:15.
Yeah. Sunday nighter again, primetime game. Who do you got?
I have the Denver Broncos back on the win column.
Okay.
Against the Indianapolis Colts. That's a team that they should beat. That's a team they potentially could see in the playoffs.
That's true.
I feel like they want to make a statement with this one as well, like they did with the Seahawks. So I feel like they're going to come out hitting on all cylinders. The Colts defense is good, but I think they've already seen 2 better defenses before, and they overcome that defense problem.
I mean, those are good points. I don't think the Colts are quite well-rounded. Their wideouts are very okay. Obviously, their offensive line and their running back are stout. I think Matt Ryan's good, but not great. Their defense is really good, but I just think Denver has more pieces to plug in and switch and do more things. I think Denver squeaks this one out. It's going to be a little closer, though, than we think. I think because, like you said, not that the Raiders wouldn't be close, but I expect that to be close because they're division rivals. But I think the Colts are a different team right now with Matt Ryan. And I think it's going to be a close game, but Denver gets the win and keeps their winning streak, in my book, continuing on.
Okay, I like what you're going with right here. So then they go to the I was going to say San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers. Sorry, I almost said San Diego. That's why
that's fine.
Los Angeles Chargers, I believe it's...
So, you know what I just noticed? They play the Colts on a short week. They play on the
4 games.
Third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Yeah, they play a Thursday, and then they come off that and versus the Chargers.
And then they play in 11 games, or 11 days after.
Yeah, they get 11 days.
To play the Chargers.
They're playing the Chargers on the road in L.A. in a beautiful SoFi Stadium. And I like the Chargers here. I'm going to simply say this. I think those brutal 3-game stretch right there, like you mentioned, is a tough stretch. I think they're riding high. They got a few days off. They relax a little bit. They're like, hey, we're 5-0 right now. We're looking good. We're up on the up. We got 3 conference wins, 1 division win, 1 potential playoff win against a team that could make the playoffs. I mean, things are rolling. I think they relax a little bit. Chargers, Herbert, that team right now, I think they're going to be like, yo, this is an important game. We need to hold down home field. Let's take care of it, and they do.
I have them also losing to the Chargers. I know I said Khalil Mack for the Raiders. He plays for the Chargers. Chandler Jones plays for the Raiders. Let's get that straight before we hear everybody going crazy. But he's playing against another great defense. That's 4 defenses in a row I have on my list.
I do too.
And I have him going 2-2. So
see, and I have them going 3-1. They lost the game, and I just think they're gonna be good, but they're gonna hit it. They gotta hit a bump.
So yeah, I have them losing to the Chargers. Chargers offense looks like they're probably gonna be one of the best in the league. Their wide receivers are. No, wide out 2, wide out 1 are really good. Eckler's a really good pass back, and then their defense is really stout with who's their corner? Asante Samuels Jr. He got hurt last year, but
then they have Erwin James too. He's coming back.
Like
too.
These guys are
they're
elite.
stacked.
They're elite on their
stacked team.
So I feel like that team's gonna give them trouble early in the year.
Yes, they're gonna be very good.
Mm-hmm.
After their loss that we both gave them, they travel back home to host the New York Jets. What's your prediction?
The Jets are the Jets. I've said this before.
I don't know what this one is, but I'm pushing it. It might not be nothing.
Yeah, it might just be. No, it's something, but whatever it is.
I don't know what it is.
I have the Jets losing this game. Sorry.
I'm gonna just say this. I've not said this one time, but this is it. This is the one and only time. If you have any Denver Broncos or there's any free agents, I don't care who they are. They could be the third. They could be Tim Patrick. And you like to play fantasy football, this is the week to play fantasy football and win. Just start whoever you're going to start. Because I believe, truthfully, they're going to lose to the Chargers and they're going to come back and want to whoop somebody. And who better to whoop than the Jets? Mm-hmm. They're just going to put them through the clinic. This is an easy win for me. I think they come back, bounce back easily from their loss, and take on the Jets at home and win.
I agree. I think I already said that.
Yeah, you did.
So then they go to
Jacksonville.
They go to Jacksonville and play the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Again, just a team that's not on this level of Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. I don't think it's probably not as bad as the Jets, but it's probably going to be a little bit of a blowout. They travel on the road, but this road game isn't that bad, so they end up beating Jacksonville.
Yeah, after they play those 4 good defenses, they play, like the beginning of their schedule, 2 sorry teams, and I have them beating both of them.
Cool. Moving on, they end up going up a little north to Tennessee to verse the Tennessee Titans on the road.
After a bye.
Oh, they do have a bye prior to. I forgot. It kind of blended in with my screen here. What do you have them at right now?
I have them at 6-2.
So I have them at 7-1 through half the season, guys. So there's a whole nother half. Okay. So after half a season, after the bye, they're going to travel to Tennessee. I guess not up north, just off to the east because they'll be home for a week. Who do you got?
I have them beating the Tennessee Titans. Titans, I've said it a few episodes already. I don't think the Titans are going to be that great. Tannehill's still Tannehill. Unless they start Malik Willis, or I think that's the rookie they drafted. Maybe they get a chance, but I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
I just don't think Tennessee's caliber right now. They're like Dallas in the sense they lost a lot more than they gained.
Yeah.
And with that being said, just like I had Dallas, maybe Tennessee's like a 500 team, maybe, but nonetheless, they're not on Denver's like radar as like a respectable matchup, and I think they just come off the bye and they smack Tennessee.
Yep. And then they go home to play the Raiders.
They go home to play the Raiders, and they take an L. Okay. I know it's a home game. It's against the division rivals, but I also have them splitting with the Raiders.
Okay.
Raiders have a tendency of, making things tough. Mm-hmm. And I think early in the season, they're not going to be as ready as the second game. They're going to want to make sure that they're, at this point, second part of the half of the season, they're needing to make some noise. Denver's kind of cruising. I think they go into Denver and give them their first loss at home.
I have them also losing and getting swept by the Raiders this year.
Oh, wow. That's 0-2. Well, 1-2 in the division because you had them. No, 0-3.
0-3. They haven't beaten a team.
They haven't beaten them. Okay.
0-3 in the division, and the Raiders swept them.
Okay.
I think that defense is one of the better ones in that division and one of the better ones in the league.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. Moving on, they end up going all the way east to verse the Carolina Panthers. Who do you got?
The Panthers are the Panthers.
Oh, wait, we did this game, huh?
Oh, yeah, we did.
We did do this game. I actually had Carolina losing to Denver.
Same.
Okay, and then we move forward where Denver stays out east to verse the Baltimore Ravens.
We've also done this.
We also did this game, too. Who did you have?
I had the Raiders losing.
I also had the Ravens losing to the Broncos as well.
I said Raiders, huh?
Yeah, I think you did.
I mean Ravens, sorry.
Okay, so you had the Ravens losing to Denver as well. Then we move forward to do the Kansas City Chiefs at home on a Sunday night. Who do you got?
This is where the Broncos finally get a division win.
Oh, wow.
I have them beating the Chiefs.
Okay.
I think not the Chiefs. I think the Broncos at this point were like, well, we got to get a good win against our division rivals. We're 0-3, and I think they put a full all-around game together on this one.
Okay, so this was tough, but not that tough. I think Denver wins this game at home. Kansas City, just a slight sneak peek maybe. They're in the playoff hunt, but they're looking like they need some wins. Unfortunately, this ain't one of them. Mm-hmm. Denver's at home. They're coming off of those 2 road games. I know it's a little bit hard to stay out east, but I think coming home relaxes them. They're able to take care of business, take care of Patrick Mahomes, and I think this is the game that Russell Wilson steps in and pretty much not directly but subliminally says Patty Mahomes, I'm the veteran. You're the boy. This is now my division. Take your seat. Here you go.
Okay. And they stay home to play a team we've already done, the Arizona Cardinals.
I had them winning this game as well.
Same. I had them beating the Cardinals.
Okay.
So then they go to L.A. to play the defending champions, Rams.
And I have them being 0-2 in L.A. this year. They versed the Chargers earlier in the year and lost at L.A. They're going to L.A. to verse the Rams, and they're going to lose to the Rams as well. I think the Rams are going to be pretty good. They're going to be a team to be reckoned with when we get to that point. But for now, they're at least, I guess, 1-0 unless we've done them in the past, and they got more than the one game I'm giving them right now. But they end up beating Denver.
Yeah, I have them also losing to L.A. They haven't won in L.A. yet. So I just have the facts that I like is Matthew Stafford's a gunslinger and Cooper Kupp is a gunslinging kind of wide receiver. He likes to catch deep bombs and run them for touchdowns, and I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Okay. After that little road trip, they get back on the road and travel to the Midwest to verse their division rivals that they had just versed a few weeks prior, the Kansas City Chiefs. Who do you got? I
have the Kansas City Chiefs winning this game and splitting the division with the Broncos. I think Patrick Mahomes at this point is hitting on all cylinders. Having Juju out there, I think he's going to be one of those playmakers he needed. And I know Travis Kelce's going to do his thing. So I feel like that's what we're waiting for, and that's what we're going to see.
Yeah. Being in Kansas City, we know it's noisy. Watching Kansas City, we know that they've been good in the previous years. They've been probably top echelon for the last 3 to 4 years now. I think they do take care of business at home. Mm-hmm. They're hosting the Broncos, and Patrick Mahomes is like, hold up, Russell. This has been my division. I'm going to at least leave you with the loss, bitter taste. Mm-hmm. I'll either see you in the playoffs or I'll see you next year. But right now, I'm leaving with the upper hand. He serves the Denver Broncos their first back-to-back losses of the season.
Okay. Then they come home to play
Go ahead. I don't know what I was thinking.
Then they go home to play the L.A. Chargers last game of the season.
Last game is to be determined. I think there's going to be a lot of high stakes on the line for these two teams going into the final week of the season. Broncos have looked excellent. Just a small sneak peek again. I think Chargers are going to look excellent. This game might be prime time, which I would be definitely looking for. And it is in Denver. And I'm not saying I'm gonna be there, but I might be there.
If that, I might be there too. 'Cause
like
that
Denver.
sounds like a good game.
We've done it where we've gone in the middle of the winter to Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Steve-O, you watching, bro? Expect us to maybe be there, and you can come with. We're gonna have a good time, brother.
Yeah, that's gonna be a banger.
I don't know who to pick for this game. I'm a big Herbert fan, but I've also been a big Russell Wilson fan. This was probably the hardest game of the whole season, but I have Denver winning at home to end the season with the win.
I have them losing to the San Diego Chargers.
So you have them losing. Okay, hold on. We'll get there. So what's your
they lose to the Chargers. I think Herbert, this is the year where he elevates his game to become a playoff team. Okay. I'm not saying Russell Wilson's not going to be a playoff team. Once you see the record, you're going to be like, okay, that makes sense. But I think Herbert's going to become that guy in that division. I think he has a team around him to be the best team in that division.
Okay, so what's your final record? Then we're going to get into a little bit of side notes.
11-6.
I have them at 13-4.
Damn.
Yes, and the only losses that they truly have outside of the Rams in the NFC is splitting with everybody in their division, but they're not equal. Like, they lost to Kansas City in Kansas City and Chargers at Chargers, but then they flip-flop with the Raiders, and they lost at home and beat them at their home.
Okay.
What'd you have them as far as division, though? They're like 2-4? Or
1-5? 1-5.
So they only beat who again?
The Chiefs.
One time at home?
They were home, yep.
Okay. And you have them at 11-6?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So you have them a slightly...
So they lost to all their divisions except one, and then the Rams.
Which is the Rams.
Yeah.
So that was where we agreed was the Rams part. Division, though, just solely based off what I've seen in this first... We have not done another team yet. We have not done Kansas City Raiders or the Chargers, which is all back-to-back almost. Like Kansas City, and then it's like... I think it's like
Las Vegas.
It's all back to back.
Yeah, it's Kansas City, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Los Angeles.
Yes,
two Los Angeles.
Well, it's Los Angeles, then Las Vegas.
Yeah, Chargers go before Rams.
Chargers
go before Rams though. So.
Oh yeah. So anywho, what the thing is, so based off that, my small prediction is, you have them probably. I mean, I would assume. I don't know. It depends on how you value the other teams. Because right now, 11-6 is not bad. You're 11 wins, but you're a playoff team.
But their division could fuck them at that point, you know? That's what could make them
But they're
bad.
still a playoff team.
Because
there's not a team that's going to... There's not going to be 4 other... How can I put this? There's not going to be 4 other teams with more than 11 wins. Because that means their division would have to have more than 11. And then 3... wild card teams would have to have more than 11 wins.
So now, if you look at it, if we're gonna go off of that, we've done the Bengals, the Ravens, and they both have 11-6 right now.
You have them.
Yeah, they have.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm basing it on.
Yeah, so right now they're tied with the Ravens and the Bengals.
But remember, and this is, I don't know if you guys have caught on to this, and I hope you have. But obviously, we're taking the losses and wins from previous predictions, which makes it fun and hard. Because you really have to make your predictions based off the team that you're giving the win or loss to, because then that affects them down the road. Like, oh, wow, I've already given, let's just say like Pittsburgh. I've given them 5 losses already. Or I have them at 2-3 before I even started their bracket. Yep. Like, you know what I mean? Or their season. So these things matter because, like he said, I have Buffalo at like... only 3 losses, I think. I do too. Like, Buffalo was the best. Ravens, I had the same as Denver, but remember, they're not in the same division. Neither one of these teams are in the same division. Buffalo has 14 wins on my screen, so I don't remember what I had Buffalo at, but nonetheless. And then obviously, I have other teams that don't have nothing to do with anything. But my point being is, these wins and losses add up in the back end because it's gonna trickle down. Yeah, a lot of teams aren't gonna have any picks after that. We're just gonna be like, oh, we already did those. Like, yeah, there's probably gonna be that eventually. But for now, it's interesting. It's very interesting to see like who's where at the end. But for now, I have them 13-4. You have them 11-6. 11-6. I mean, to me, those are play. Well, obviously, mine's definitely playoff, but yours is definitely borderline. It's like I this. Guess. It's like this. Yeah. I just don't see because no matter what, like no matter how you do it, I don't care who you have right now. it's gonna affect those other teams, and you're not gonna get you can't unless you have teams in the NFC that because they match up with NFC teams having more losses than the wins in the AFC,
which makes sense because NFC is a little bit worse than the AFC. So
yeah, some would agree with you. Yeah, a lot more would agree with you. I don't know. That was a good one. I like Denver this year. Obviously, I like Russell Wilson. I'm not going to make any bold predictions, but obviously if Russell Wilson's 13-4 at the end of the season, he's potentially MVP candidate.
I agree.
Like Josh Allen's going to be there if he's 14-3. What's his name? Lamar at 13-4.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, those are three high teams right now.
Dak Prescott at 12
Well, yeah, you have Dak as a potential MVP right now.
12-5, huh?
Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, man. I hope you guys are commenting that everything that you want to happen for you in your season. Like,
yeah, if you're a Denver fan, you're like, really been 11-6, they lose all their division? Like, shut up. Like, but tell me to shut up.
You made it a point, though, that Russell's in his first season with Denver.
Yeah.
But then I also made the point that these guys have gone to these teams for their first season. They're winning Super Bowls.
That's what I'm saying. If they're their team and they don't agree, like, tell us you don't be scared. Tell us you don't fucking agree with us.
This is the thing, though, too. And I know I'm probably going off on a rant. But the thing is Denver being where they're at, regardless of our records, I would agree that they're both playoff teams, and I don't think they're a bad playoff team. Like, they're going to probably
that's a hard
win
team to beat.
Game, or it's going to be a hard out.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys, make sure to like the video. Make sure to put your predictions. Obviously, you know who we're doing tomorrow. It's Detroit. Not that exciting, but you never know. If you're a Detroit fan, smash the like button and put in the comments, "Go Lions," and let's move forward and go do Detroit. Good luck, Denver. Peace.
Letters.